Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up for a good one. We have all the latest news for you from Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 presented during this year's FSExpo at Las Vegas. And trust me guys, there's tons of good stuff here. Just to get some headline items out of the way, a brand new Boeing 737 MAX was announced for free coming with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. An all-new flight planning tool like SimBrief will now also be available in Sim to get all sorts of interesting data for IFR and VFR operations, and will also now be able to leave the flight deck and actually walk around outside to conduct external walkarounds, even to the point of being able to take out pitot flags, static port covers, and so on. FS 2024 is going to be absolutely insane, so all that and much more coming up in this video. But before getting started, a couple things to get out of the way. First things first, the background footage you're seeing in this video is from our second channel, FlyBy Expeditions, which houses some amazing, heavily edited full flight cinematic Microsoft Flight Simulator content. So if you haven't already, please do go check it out and do consider subscribing for more. You guys have just helped me get to 30,000 subscribers on this channel, and it would be absolutely immense if you guys could help support that second channel as well. Additionally, do also follow us on our official Instagram. I already put out the news about the MD-11 release date, for example, there 8 hours ago, as it allows me to share the latest with the community even faster than I can here on YouTube. And finally, please give me just 30 seconds to show you a fantastic tool for your guys' flight simming needs before jumping into every piece of news we have from FSExpo over the last couple days. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you likely enjoy flying other long-haul routes in the sim as well, which often entail long durations where you put the plane in cruise and just kind of sit there in case you need to intervene, change up the route, your flight level, or something like that. Well, with today's sponsor, Awesome Remote, you don't have to worry about anything like that anymore. Their Windows, Android, and Mac application allows you to fully take over your sim's controls via third-party devices, including your phone, as you can see in the background right here. Now, if you do wish to learn more about the product and get a fat discount on a couple of their software services, do check the link in the description to learn more. That's Awesome Remote once again, link in the description for more details. Let's start things off then with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Now, I must say I can't cover absolutely everything that was mentioned in the whole 2-hour presentation here in this video, but I'll do my best to cover everything relevant. Kicking things off, Jorg Newman reassured the community that Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 will continue to receive robust support. Despite the announcement of the 2024 version, they are committed to rolling out further city and world updates for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, ensuring its longevity and relevance way into the future. I believe 2028 was the date that was quoted in terms of the support and the longevity we can come to expect. Moving on then to the star of the show, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Jorg broke down the features showcased in the latest trailer frame by frame, just kind of like what we did in this video over here, but a standout improvement is the transition from flat 2D textures to a fully 3D ground model, bringing environments to life with procedurally generated vegetation and nearly 30 distinct biomes, each tailored to enhance the global simulation experience. There were several comparison shots showcased, as you can see here in the background, and I must say when placed side by side, the difference is truly staggering and definitely represents the 4 odd years of technical innovation and excellence since the release of the current sim. Jorg emphasized a deeper focus on the airline simulation aspect in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 as well. A lot of people were wondering that, is this just going to be a mission simulator, or are the missions going to be in addition to the core simulation aspect? So Jorg addressed this by talking about how AI aircraft are now going to be more realistically modeled, featuring actual liveries. Sebastian Locke also added that commercial aviation will see new activities, confirming the inclusion of the A330 by AnyBuilds in both the -200 and the -300 variants, as well as with different engine options. I believe they are the GE and the RR options. Furthermore, Sebastian introduced the ability to conduct pre-flight checklist items outside the aircraft, such as removing engine covers and more, like I mentioned towards the beginning of the video. Of course, we are due to see more of this in future iterations of their press releases and stuff, but I will be sure to keep the community updated on that as and when I know more. Sebastian explained the technical leaps in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 as well, which includes significantly more data points for developer interaction, allowing for more refined flight dynamics and simulations. So instead of using minimal point surfaces on the aircraft to model aerodynamics, there are now several, and this upgrade can be done literally within the hour for third-party developers, meaning that our favorite third-party aircraft like the Phoenix A320 or PMDG 737 can benefit from the latest physics capabilities of the new sim sim without major updates from the developers themselves, at least in the aerodynamics department. The addition of ray-traced shadows and new simulation methods will affect how banners react in aerial advertisement activities and how cargo weight impacts flight dynamics, as well as throughout the entire sim. But speaking of ray-traced shadows themselves, this shot from the trailer right here shows how these shadows are crisp and sharp and not like the shadows from the current sim whatsoever, which are honestly just a shimmering, blubbering mess. The world within Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 will also feel way more alive and interactive, and I genuinely mean that word, alive. Jorg announced renewed default airports by Gaia Simulations, complete with passengers moving both on jetways as well as around terminals. These passengers will also be available as standard assets made available via the SDK, so expect all or at least most of your new third-party sceneries, including freeware ones, to have walking and talking passengers you can see from glass windows inside terminals. There's also a lot of genetic variety in the human character models made, so we can finally get real, alive airports and areas within Flight Sim. Honestly, so exciting. Speaking of exciting and the whole scope of the world, let me just give you guys a full list of all the items where Asobo and Microsoft have gone above and beyond to simulate the literal crap out of everything. So, starting with A, all ships, including their present positions with accurate details and helipads upon them, have been simulated. So you can't just see them all over the water bodies and so on, but you can also land on them. B, all oil rigs in the world have been simulated and made and positioned. Once again, with helicopters you can land on these as well. C, all glider ports in the world, yes, in the world, all of them have been simulated. D, every helipad in the world has also been simulated and created for you guys to land on and take off from. And finally, E, in partnership with Orbex and Puffin Flight, who are the creators of We Love VFR, over 500,000 towering obstacles and obstructions, including antennae, towers, turbines, masts, cooling towers, and more, have been simulated and placed in their right positions around the world. I mean, wow, I'm truly speechless with the sheer breadth and variety of what's on hand here. I mean, of course, the physics and the actual flight simulation aspects are what's going to be critiqued when the actual sim comes out, but having all of this, just having the entire world simulated, is just a true feat of human ingenuity, engineering, and creativity. Without any surprises, the lighting and cloud engines have also been upgraded to include cirrus clouds and enhanced lighting effects on clouds. Now, once again, lots of technical details were given in this regard as well, but the crux of it is that new cloud types supported with the latest atmospheric scattering effects and lighting engine now allows for the most realistic sky portrayal in any sim we've seen in the past. At least, that's what they're going for here. Jorg and Sebastian highlighted new third-party aircraft coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 as well, including developments by AnyBuilds and the updated Twin Otter from Aerosoft. Got Friends is introducing enhanced gliding capabilities with new avionics systems and the solar-powered STEM S12 glider as well. Some other new partnerships from the team include Working Title, who are developing a new flight planning tool, and Primus Epic 2 Avionics and Climax Studios, which will bring new racing activities like the Red Bull Air Race to the simulator, which is also very cool. Now, speaking of the flight planning tool that I mentioned, as mentioned before, it's like a mini sim brief. It supports various OFP types, provides NOTAMs, weather info, flight plan info, as well as basic map functionality from what I can see from these screenshots, all packed into this neat little UI, all built within the sim. So you don't have to actually go out of the sim. And a lot of PC users might be thinking, what's the point of this? Why would I need it? But you have to think of it from the perspective of Xbox and console users as well. This is a great feature to have for somebody who wants to perform actual airliner flights on the console side of things. Now, before you folks go on canceling your Navigraph subscription if you are an Xbox, I'd wait to see whether charts are also available natively before doing so, because if not, I'm sticking with Navigraph, at least as a PC user. Additionally, Fabio from Flight Control Replay also took to the stage to announce a new replay functionality with most of Flight Control Replay's stock tools included within the new sim by default. This includes the ability to record your flight and play it back, conduct formation flights by getting access to your flight's travel data points, and more. Now, a quick note here about how people treated this amazing man on stage, at least people on livestream. Everybody was making fun of how many pauses he was taking and so on, but in in my opinion, the people who were doing this on chat were just being jackasses. There, I said it. I understand the internet can be a mean place, but the poor guy flew in from Italy to speak about a rather complicated topic in a room full of people he's never met in a language that's not his native tongue. I sincerely hope everybody making fun of him was just a 10-year-old keyboard warrior, the likes of which I have lots of experience with running a YouTube channel, but truly proud of Fabio and the work he's done to enhance replay functionality within the new sim. Once again, sincerely encourage you guys to check out the full explanation of how it all works on the official live stream, linked down in the description section below to learn more. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, at the very end of the presentation, Jorg and Sebastian also revealed another free aircraft coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator, which is of course the Boeing 737 MAX. I don't know who they're developing this in partnership with, but so far, not a lot was shown apart from these images, except that it was coming as a free aircraft to the base sim. Should be of decent quality given Asobo's more recent projects, as well as enhancements from the rest of the community. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the conclusion of today's video talking about everything Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 and beyond. I'm sincerely excited about everything that has been shown throughout the presentation, including changes to the world, changes to the human character models, changes to the physics and the actual flight simulation aspects, and I can't wait to do all of the missions with live commentary here on the channel with you folks. It should be a lot of fun, should give me an opportunity to showcase my personality to you guys way more than some of this formal content we've been doing on the channel lately. So thank you for watching, and please consider subscribing to our second channel as well. Tons of content coming over there, heavily edited, lots of cinematic masterpieces, as well as of course subscribe to FlyBy Simulations right here to learn everything that's happening in the world of flight sim as well. With that all said, thanks for watching and thanks for flying by.